Boom! What's going on, everybody? It's the Flying Pig here on Flying Pig United with another little video for you. Sorry to keep you waiting a few minutes there, a few technical issues. But I hope you're all good, folks. Thank you very much for joining us. Can see we're already on over 30 likes at the start of the stream. You're a bunch of bloody legends. Thank you for hitting the like button there. Do hit the like button if you're just getting in here. Give it a share around as well if you want. And get yourself in there raw with your thoughts and opinions throughout the show as well. We always love hearing from all the legends in the live chat. And definitely have your say at the end of the Q&A too. But welcome into Agge Maxwell. We've got also Mags, Jason Green, Fasad Mov, No Such Done, Bernie the Bolt, Collins, Miz528, JR Nakananku, John Adair, Srinidhi, God Kawaki, Patricia O'Driscoll, Lucky Singh, Tad Bakes, Wakasakram, Miz528, Conroy Schuller. Shout out to the mod squad as well, Jonathan Gallagher, Berber, everyone who's getting in here. Shout out to you bloody bunch of legends. Thank you for joining us. Yep, do hit that like button at the start of the show. We've got a bit to get into. There was no news last night on my channel anyway. So apologies for that, guys. And there wasn't a FIFA last night. I have to apologise for that. I basically just was so shattered and just ended up melting pretty early doors. And just not really like me, is it? But I just melted and missed Saturday night. So sorry about that, folks. But we'll make it up to you today. We've got a bunch of streams planned for today and tonight, of course. So we'll get it all done there. But yeah, great to see you all. Thank you. Hey there, Rosh Mano. What's going on? And Patricia O'Driscoll and Ardy Chico. Akil MVP, Walter. Guys, thanks for getting in. So let's get on with the news then. So since yesterday, have we signed any more players? No. Have we been linked to a couple of players? Sort of, but not really. But we're going to get into it in this video, of course, all the latest transfer dealings. Don't know if you saw this from Cristiano Ronaldo, posted it yesterday in regards to working in progress. And there he is, with Manchester United working in progress. Interesting. And what is it about Cristiano Ronaldo always having to put his shorts up and show off his thighs? We get it, mate. You've got monstrous fucking thigh muscles. To be fair, if I had thigh muscles like that, I actually wouldn't show them. They look messed up. I'm just joking. But, you know, he's obviously got pretty awesome muscles there in all fairness. But why does he always put his shorts up like that? It's starting to wind me up. Hey, Tiziano Love 88, what's going on? I hope you're doing well. But there he is, Cristiano Ronaldo, going in there raw with a couple of sues. What's interesting about this is that, like, why is he just, like, separate from everybody as well, you know? It's like, he couldn't be more like, hey, I'm on my own considering a move if I tried, but I'm going to act like I'm happy here, folks. You know what I mean? I don't know. He's like, doesn't seem too close to those other players there, does he? Maybe I'm over-analysing things. He's outstood on his own, like fucking Buzz Lightyear, yeah, there, you know? But fair play to him, fair play to him. But, no, that's awesome. He's working in progress. I want to see this guy committed to Manchester United. I want to see him stay this season and obviously have a great season and be a great performer for us and just commit to us and stop being an absolute fanny. And hopefully his agent can stop doing that too and looking for new clubs and this sort of stuff. There's lots of links, obviously, with teams like Sporting. I don't think any of them look that really interesting to him. He's scraping the barrel of Champions League football clubs now. None of the top clubs seem to want him in the Champions League right now. And so it's teams like Napoli or Sporting that are being discussed. And these teams are a little bit Billy Bang average, aren't they? So we've got some latest comments from Oliver Kahn. FC Bayern he said, FC Bayern won't sign any striker this summer. Oliver Kahn confirms. We're not going to sign a new striker. There's no discussion. No way. He told Bild. We still have options in the current team. Zersky, Choupo-Moting, then the young Mathis Tell. So, you know, he's suggesting that they're not really going to go out for anybody. They've also distanced themselves previously from Cristiano Ronaldo. So this is just a confirmation of another top club, really, that they're probably still not interested in him. And that what they were saying previously was not really tongue-in-cheek. They were just saying no. I mean, we've heard Nagelsmann talk about Kane and say that he's a great striker, he'd love to have him, etc. Stuff along that lines. I'm ad-libbing there. And Conte's obviously responded and said it's disrespectful to talk about players. But all they've done in regards to Ronaldo is distance themselves from the transfer. So I don't think they've got any interest. And then it's just the smaller Champions League clubs that are interested in him. So if you're Ronaldo, yeah, okay, you can go and play for Sporting. And you can play in the Champions League. And you can have a chance of winning domestic stuff, and you are 37, but he's still too good to be playing in the Portuguese league. The Portuguese league is not one of the top 5 leagues in Europe. It's you know, it's a good league. It's probably the 6th best league or the 7th best league, but it's not one of the top leagues. It's arguably 5th, 6th, 7th, somewhere around there. It's really not one of the top leagues. And surely for Ronaldo and his accolades and his legacy, when he's still good enough to be able to do it at the highest level for pretty much any team he wants, he should be trying to hold out for at least a move to a top club there, or just stay at Manchester United, grit your teeth, score a lot of goals, smash us up to Champions League football in the Premier League, and win the bloody Europa League, son. Come on, Cristiano Ronaldo. Stay. You know what I mean? He just needs to stay, doesn't he? Anyway, hey, thank you, Dan, for the 199 super sticker there, my son, of a superhero on a stool. Thank you very much there, you legend. Guys, can we get a sue in there for Dan as well? Thank you very, very much. Appreciate you. Nice one, man. Nice one, old Dirty Benjo. Currently enjoying watching Benfica versus United from 1968. Enjoying it a lot more than watching us last year. Enjoy extra time, my son. Old Dirty Benjo, nice one. Enjoy, mate. De Jong needs a nose jab, says Mags. Hello there, Dublin Games. How the devil are you doing? What's good? How you getting on? Just dipping into the chat for a second, see your initial thoughts here on Cristiano. Two-faced Ronaldo, says Philip Chapman. Maybe so. Looks like his agent's working on deals, trying to get interest from clubs still. And if there is a possibility of a club making an offer to United, they'd be encouraging that, I think. But certainly at the moment, Ronaldo's sort of suggesting keeping his head down, showing a little bit more professionalism. You saw a response from him the other day, didn't you, where he said on Instagram to a post about him that it was just basically lies. So, but we kind of know that there is a want for Cristiano Ronaldo to have Champions League football and to leave, because otherwise, why would George Mendes be having meetings with clubs, and they'd be, and it's essentially drip fed to the media. And the understanding was from all the top tier journalists is that Ronaldo is not really happy with the lack of ambition at United and the lack of Champions League football. And so that's what it's all about. But now, maybe, I think it's because really all the top clubs have gone, They're not interested. They're not interested because, I guess, of his age and maybe a bit of ego, but also the fact that he's a huge amount of money for a 37-year-old player, both in wages and in terms of transfer fee right now to convince United to sell. So, he's not that desirable for some reason. I would have thought, what is the matter with all these football clubs, though? I mean, if Ronaldo's begging to play for you with a cut price salary and you're getting one of the best players in the world still, commercially, it's amazing. I mean, you'd think there would be some club out there that's interested in taking Cristiano Ronaldo, even at 37. So it's a bit bizarre, but Cristiano Ronaldo, in my opinion, is still good enough to walk into most teams, all teams in the world, really. He's an absolute beast. He's an absolute leader. He's an absolute goal-scoring phenom, a clutch player, etc. So I don't know why all these teams don't want him. I guess it just comes down to economics and the fact that he is a depreciating asset, and any money spent on Ronaldo is not money you're going to get back. He'll just leave on a free in a year or two. It'd be a short-term deal, that sort of thing. Is Ronaldo a traitor, says Secti on OBC? In a way, I mean, he's already left us once before, guys, when we built him up to be a Ballon d'Or winner, and then he's gone and played the best years of his football at Real Madrid. So in a way, he already has done, man. But in all fairness, now, I don't know if you could call him a traitor, because he came here, like I keep saying, he came here with the best of intentions. We had Champions League football. We just finished second. He probably had a belief about him that he could help, and Varane coming in and Sancho and these guys coming into that squad that finished second would probably be okay. He probably thought that. That's a reasonable assumption, really. But that wasn't the case, was it? We absolutely shat the bed and binned it hard last season and just failed and finished sixth. So now he's thrown his toys out of the pram because he doesn't have what he came here for. So the goalposts have changed a little bit, and it wasn't down to him either. Largely, it was down to a lot of the other players in the team and the manager set up the coaching and all that sort of stuff. So it wasn't even down to him. It must be very frustrating from Cristiano Ronaldo's point of view. You've got so much to give, and yet you can't give it in the competition that you're a home to playing in. So, yeah, I get it from Ronaldo's point of view, but still, a bigger part of me says, well, okay, you've got to put that to a side just for 1 year and do your job. Just do your job. That's all you got to do. Do your job for a year. You're getting paid a hefty amount of money to do your job at United. You signed up to the deal. You got the option to stay for another year in a year's time if you've got Champions League football, or we can part ways then. But really, it's got to be said that Ronaldo should just show a little bit more loyalty to this football club right now. We brought him back. He's on big money. Okay, last season was an absolute debacle. It's only 1 year out of his career. Let's ask the live chat then, folks. Do you think Cristiano Ronaldo, so bearing in mind he's expected to play today, bearing in mind he's obviously putting posts like this out on social media saying working in progress, and now he's finally put a post out, with Manchester United badge on him, and he's obviously trading, etc. So this is good news. But what I'd like to know is, do you think he'll stay or do you think he will go? Have a little vote in the live chat. Thank you, Chris Koo, for the super chat. He says, want to see the sewer mode, so he better not leave. Exactly, Chris Koo. It would be a big shame if we weren't able to use the sewer anymore. I agree with you, mate. It would be a big shame. And if he did leave and he did turn his back on us, we can't be using that sewer. We can't be using that, Sue. Nice one, Rush Milo. He says we've got 82 likes. Thank you, everyone, for dropping that thumbs up button on the video. Let's get this sucker to 100 likes, baby. But yeah, do drop the thumbs up on it. It boosts us up on the algorithm, helps us out for the stream. Please smash that like and hit the subscribe button if you're new. Josh Lee says he leaves. He's gone, says Ardy Chico. Ryan Doughton says stays. Dennis says stays. We've also got stays, says Mags. Stays, says Duncan Belifo. Berber says, I'd leave if I was him. Hope he goes. Expose the Glazers for the low lives they are. Lack of spend, lack of hunger, lack of ownership. Spot on, yeah, absolute gash merchants, aren't they? They have shown a big lack of ambition, pushing players like Cristiano Ronaldo away with their piss-poor decisions over the years, and also their current lack of ambition. We should bring in Messi, says DOK Moose. Stay, says Duncan. Good afternoon there, Scott Berg. Probably leaves if he can, says Chris Koo. Ronnie In, says Joe Snow. I want him in to stay as well. United Forever says, I want my money back for my Sue if he leaves. Niall says, Piggy, hello there, Niall Kane. How's it going, man? CR7 did his job. The sorry team and club did not. Fair point, Ardy Chico. From a selfish point of view, it doesn't make sense for Ronaldo to stay. If he's looking for individual accolades and Champions League goals, he's not going to get that United. But from a non-selfish point of view, from a team point of view, and maybe a little bit of a sort of what's owed point of view, maybe you could just stay for 1 year, Ronaldo, and bang some goals in and stop being an absolute bloody pansy. Who wants a 38-year-old on 500k a week, says James T. Good point, but as we said before, Ronaldo's a bit of an anomaly. He is a bit different to the average 37-year-old, so he's still got longevity in him. And I mean, I'd be happy to take Cristiano Ronaldo if I was a Bayern, say. I don't know why they're not, but I'd be happy to take him on a 2-year deal. For big money, because he's still good enough to smash you a shitload of goals in there and play most of the games. He's still fit enough. He doesn't get injured a lot. He's still super motivated and professional. So I would actually say that, you know, his age is not the factor for me as much. It is obviously a factor commercially and everything, and he's going to leave for nothing. But if what you want is a goal scorer, is a good player, he's still good enough. He's still good enough, isn't he? Hey there, Nut, you bloody legend, says get an emoji with the Let's Be Avenue lady, says Nuts. All right, bit of Delia Smith action. Maybe wearing the old green and gold scarf as well for the Glazers out. Nice, mate, like it. Norwich vibes. Sub 2, what's going on, mate? And also Cody Martin says probably he's aiming for 7 UCL titles. Well, he's aiming for accolades, isn't he? He's aiming for trophies. He wants to win. He said in that interview around Christmas, he's not come here to finish in 6th place. He's come here to win. He's come here for a challenge and have competition and be competitive. That's what he wants. I get it. I understand it. And I totally respect the fact that we haven't given him that this season, and that's what he wants. So in one regard, you can't really blame him. But in the other regard, you know, there's one season of loyalty. Just show it to United, my son, and get your head down. But anyway, you know, he's certainly aiming for Champions League goals. I think he is looking at things like the Lionel Messi goal tally in the Champions League and thinking he's going to be playing in that Farmers League for PSG, scoring a shitload of goals. And I'm not. And I think that's probably eating away at him a little bit. How many signings do you think you'll get, says It's Written? Right, okay. I think we're going to sign 3 more players. Now, that sounds pretty mental, doesn't it, considering United aren't even really properly in for anyone. That doesn't mean 3 big players. That could be 3 squad players. I do hope that De Jong gets done. Then there's talks of players like maybe Benjamin Sesko. And then if we're looking at other positions in the team that we need to strengthen, I think it's apparent we could be getting, you know, we could be looking at getting, I don't know, a right back or another midfielder or a right winger. So I'm going to say 3, but that's very optimistic because I know what United are like. I know what the lack of ambition is like. And probably once De Jong's done, we probably will not see much business beyond that. But let's ask the live chat. It's a fun question. How many more signings do you think Man United will bring in between now and the end of the season? Let's have a little vote in the chat, see what you guys are saying. I think we will get 3 more. I'm not saying there'll be 3 good ones. One might be like a backup keeper or something. But I think we'll get three in. Zane Miasi's got an ear raw, lad. Hang on, I'll get onto that in a sec. Scott Berg says 4. Anthony says 2. Srinidhi says 2. Old Dirty Benjamin says 0. Berber says 1 signing and 1 Panic Cavani-esque signing. Right, yeah, James T says back to De Jong again. He ain't coming, says James T. And we'll get into that in a bit, but yeah, there's not really much of an update on that one. Is Sesko deal sealed for United? No, not yet. Like he's saying, 2 or 3, says Dennis. 2, says Dave the Gamer. 2 or 3, says Chris Barker. Okay, so people feeling optimistic. Let's just get into these couple of super chats that's coming in here. Thank you very much from Zayn Miasi there. He says, what a performance. Jesus is now better than Neymar. Oh my goodness, man. I'm going to have to get this one out early, mate. He's giving a warning there, Zayn Miasi. This is absolute horse tripe. He says, United are in big trouble. City are worse off without Jesus. The Brazilian Ian Wright. You just oh my goodness me. The Brazilian Ian Wright, fair enough, but interesting. Well, if he has that sort of impact, you'll be absolutely loving it. But City are not worse off with Jesus because they've signed Haaland. Although, did you see Haaland's miss in the Community Shield? Still shit that Liverpool won, though, you know what I mean? But still, did you see Haaland's miss? Oh, I fucking loved it. Anyway, so, yeah, he didn't look great, did he? But I still think he'll be scoring a lot of goals. And also, did you see Darwin Núñez celebrate like he scored the fucking World Cup winner? You're playing for a fucking plate. Anyway, but no, fair enough. We'd be loving it too. He'd be loving it too. He just scored a late winner, fair one. But anyway, fair enough, Zayn Miasi. Yeah, Jesus done well there in the preseason. That's all it is, mate. We'll see what happens when it comes down to the nitty-gritty and actual competitive games. You keep giving it the Billy Big bollocks and talking a good game, but it's all non-competitive shite at the moment, bud. You know, we just lost to Atletico. It doesn't mean that much, really. We found out more about the team in terms of the weaknesses than maybe what we thought. And so Ten Hag's now got some things to work on for the start of the season. Arsenal got an overinflated confidence now that they're actually good, when in fact, they're actually still bang average. So fair play to you, mate. Nice one. Enjoy your 6-0. Enjoy your Jesus fluffing or your inflation of his ego, whatever you want to say. He's a good player. I think he is a good signing for you, mate. But he's not going to get, the levels of goals that some of the top strikers in the league are going to get. Nowhere near. But, fair play. He's doing well in pre-season, lad. We got another super chat here as well from Liam H. Thank you very much, man. He says, CR7 haters, did you see finishing yesterday, says Liam H. Oh, there you go. Thank you, Liam H, for getting in here. You absolute legend. Can we get a couple of Sues in there for Liam H and also for Mr. Zayn Mias, who's got in there raw. Vachi, what's going on, says Ronaldo Sui. Thank you, Roshmano. He says, subscribe to the channel. Yes, indeed. If you're new, hit the sub up. We're going to be back on here as well in not very long for the watch along for the game. So on at the same time as the Women's Euros final. That's actually pretty bang average, isn't it? When you think about it, like what sort of scheduling was that from Manchester United and Rayo Vallecano here? Let's put it on at the same time as the Women's Euro final. Good thinking. Good thinking, because that's just it's just a conflict of interest there, isn't it? In fact, some may say it's a little bit disrespectful to the women's game for putting it on at that time. Just saying. I'm not saying that. Just saying some may say that because, well, why would you do that? Why not just put it on an hour earlier, mate? You know what I mean? It's a bit odd. Anyway, right. Okay. Zayn Miasi, thank you so much for another one. He says, Grealish overrated because he's English. Saka, Jesus and Sterling, better than him. Rashford, Martial, mate, but Saka and Sterling are English, mate. Rashford, Martial, Elanga are squad players. United need elite attackers. Your standards have dropped, says Zayn Miasi. I mean, you're right about one thing there. Our standards have dropped at Manchester United. You are absolutely spot on with that, bud. We have Harry Maguire as the captain. We've not won anything for years. We're literally finishing in 6th place. So, yes, our standards have massively dropped, mate. And we've got the Glazers as the owners. That's the reason for the standards dropping. But I still think that our attackers are better than yours. Cristiano Ronaldo is better than anything you've got. Don't put Jesus up against Cristiano, bud. And then Jadon Sancho, okay, we missed him yesterday, but Jadon Sancho this season I think is going to have an absolute blinding season. He looks like he means business from pre-season and stuff. I think he will develop well this season and be a good player. And then, okay, the left side's a little bit of a concern because Marcus Rashford has been Marcus Gashford for too long. But if he can get his head sorted out and get back in the game, then look, there's every possibility that he can have a good season as well. So that is a good front line if they're all firing and all on their best performance, But if you're looking at Jesus and Saka and these guys. I mean, yeah, they're very good players. They're good players, but they're not Cristiano Ronaldo levels. And I still think I'd still rather have Sancho, mate, at this stage. So, hey, look, interesting. You are an Arsenal scummer, though, so we wouldn't expect anything less. More deluded than Ty, says Chico Goblin. Berber says, we missed a trick with Sterling and Koulibaly. Interesting. Well, I mean, I wouldn't have necessarily wanted Sterling at the club. He's just played for too many shithouse clubs. You know what I mean? Rival clubs and stuff. But he is a decent old option, isn't he? Yeah. And Koulibaly, we've been linked to this guy for years. And certainly, man, if we'd have just gone and got Koulibaly instead of going to get Harry Maguire when we did for the money, we probably would be in a better position right now. I mean, maybe not. You never know what happens. How's he going to take to the Prem? But he certainly looks like he's a fantastic player, experienced player still. I mean, he's aging a bit now, but he is still going to be a good option, I think. So yeah, I agree with that one. We could have done a lot better by getting something like that in. Dave the Gamer says, my attack is left wing and Langer, striker CR7, right wing Sancho. Fair enough, interesting. Well, at the moment, I mean, I don't know if Alanga's ready. Based on his game yesterday, he was so ineffective. I know he was playing on the right, but he was so ineffective. He was just getting bullied off the ball all the time. Like, he doesn't have the physicality at the moment. He is a young lad, and he's robust, but he was getting absolutely bullied all over the place, and he wasn't having a good performance. So, I don't know. He's got lots of time to develop, this kid, but that's what he needs to do. He does need to develop. He's not there yet. He's not ready. I still think Rashford over Alanga on the left. And if not Rashford, then Martial. If Cristiano Ronaldo's playing up top, I'd still think Martial can do the business for us on the left wing. I think that's his most natural position. But hey, look, we'll see how it goes. Chris Barker says, our defence is way more gash than just Maguire. Dalot is dreadful. Lindelof is almost as bad as Slabby. Varane is broken. Bailly too. And Phil Jones is Phil Jones. Chris Barker, great comment, mate. You're absolutely right. It is completely guff, isn't it? Let's just hope this Martinez lad can come in and boss it. But Dalot defensively is questionable. He cost us a goal yesterday as well. Got done by João Felix. He's a good player, though, and he's still young as well, Dalot. So there's time to develop. He's still young. But at the same time, is he good enough defensively what we need right now, or would he cost us a goal or two too often? Lindelof as well. Yeah, he's rubbish, mate. In all fairness, he's a good overall player, but in terms of like out and out defender, he can't hold a candle to the likes of Vida or Rio or anywhere near. Now, and then like you said, Bailly and Varane are good players, but they're injury-prone players. We're not going to be featuring all the time. So good comment there. I am doing a live for the Manchester United game in a bit. Absolutely. We'll be starting around about half an hour before kickoff, so about 3:30 p.m. The watch along's already set up. I'll give you the link for that at the end of the show. But okay, so just to get back into the news, guys. So Cristiano Ronaldo, there he is with his thighs, and he's ready for work in progress. We've seen the previous comments yesterday from Ten Hag. He said on Ronaldo, tomorrow he will be in the squad. We'll see how long he can play. So they're going to give him time, obviously, and also they're going to give him, the opportunity to get some minutes and try and gauge his fitness. There's an expectation he'll start. I guess he might not start. I mean, if you look at that quote there from Ten Hag, tomorrow he'll be in the squad. That doesn't indicate he's going to start, but I think he'll start, guys. We haven't got the team news information just out yet. It may come out during this show a couple hours before kickoff, so we'll keep you posted if it does. But do you think Cristiano Ronaldo's going to start or bench? Let us know what you think. He's got to start, doesn't he? Really? I mean, for a start, Martial played yesterday, and so therefore, I mean, it's going to be Ronaldo starting, I think, yeah. But just for fun, you never know. I mean, Ten Hag not indicating that he's definitely going to be in there. Also, I want to just show you this that's just come through as well, folks. Give me one moment to find it. Here it is. It's come through now. Let me just thank you, Rushmano, you legend, for sending this over. By the way, let me just get this up on the screen. But also, yeah. So there you go, folks. That is also because Cristiano Ronaldo did indicate as well that he was going to play on social media. He said the King plays Sunday. But also here he is, guys. Here he is. Cristiano Ronaldo arriving there at Old Trafford to play Rayo Vallecano. There he is, guys, giving it the old thumbs up. Cristiano Ronaldo Sui. So there he is, guys. Can we get a Sue in the live chat? Loving this. So Cristiano Ronaldo returns today, and he'll be playing. Aloha, what's going on there, Timo Haaland? How you doing there, bud? Chico Goblin, let's go. Aloha. Lucky Singh says, Eric Bailly, you off to Roma? Eric Bailly could go to Roma. I mean, there are links and stuff like that. There is a possibility that he does end up going, I guess, if a decent offer comes in. I still think there's defenders that should go before Eric Bailly. Eric Bailly is a good, solid player. He is injury prone, but I still think he's a better defender than people like Lindelof. And also, Slabby Maguire is dirt to me. You know, he is dirt to me as far as I'm concerned. Worst captain ever. Wouldn't be bothered if he was sold. So, Savulon, hello, welcome in. How you doing today? Thanks for getting in. Good day from down under. David Hodgie and Abdullah Irwin are in here as well. How's it going, guys? Yeah, try not to spam. Just gave you a cheeky little time out there, Timo Holland. Don't be spamming up the live chat. Just get one comment in at a time, mate. Anyway, thank you for everyone joining us, by the way. We're nearly at 150 likes, 374 legends in here, 141 likes. We can do better than that, Bacon Brigade. Bacon Brigade, assemble! Like spike. No, do hit that thumbs up button, though. Help us get to 150 likes. If you're joining, it's free to smash that like up, and it gives us a boost up there. Helps us compete with the wankers, clickbaiters, corporations, etc. So please do drop a thumbs up on this video if you're new to the show. Hit that subscribe button if you're just getting in as well, so you can chat and have your say in the live chat. And let's be having you. Okay, so there's Cristiano Ronaldo arriving. That's brilliant. He will be playing. It's expected that he'll feature. And from what Ten Hag said, he's going to obviously be in the squad, but he's going to start, isn't he, guys? Yeah. Everybody in the live chat says start. Bench says Colin Harris. Bench says James T. Start says DLK Moose. I mean, maybe he won't start, because if you look at what Ten Hag's done recently, he's trying to get that conditioning into the players. Ronaldo's only just come back. Ronaldo is super physically fit and takes care of himself, but there is something to be said for playing training games, and he has barely played any of those, and match conditioning, which he hasn't had any preseason or anything. So maybe he'll come off from the bench. It is a possibility. I personally think he'll start, but you never know. I mean, he's probably more likely to start and get 60 minutes, or even just a half start, you know, than to come on later in the second half. But who knows? Thank you, Rogerio, for liking the video, my friend. I appreciate that. Berber says if he's available, he plays. He's the GOAT. Secti on OBC says, do you rate Luke Shaw and Martial? I mean, I do, but not to that high of a degree. I think Luke Shaw is a good player. I think he's solid defensively, and I think he is good going forward. But he's not all round well enough to be, you know, considered a proper world-class elite left back, which is what United should have. If you look at the best left backs in our histories, etc., like Irwin and Patrice Evra, I mean, this is what we should be aspiring to, like elite levels, having one of the best left backs in the world. Why is United's standard slip so much where in most of the position we don't have a world-class, like super world-class player? We used to have a whole team of them that would walk into most teams. Anybody would have Scholes or Becks or Keane or any of those guys, you know. But now the standards are massively slipped, where you've got teams like, I don't know, probably West Ham, who are just as capable as you at the moment. And that's just blatantly bloody wrong, you know, in terms of like where we're at with the squad. Okay, that's a little bit of a reach. We have got Ronaldo and Bruno and Varane and some elite players, but overall the squad is not there. The squad is pretty barren, and we don't have enough of those world-class players in there. I think that's obvious. So Luke Shaw, to me, is a good player. He's 26, he is coming to his prime. Maybe he can step up. We've seen an unbelievable season from him before under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, the season before last. So he can do it, but he's just too inconsistent like anybody else, and I'm not convinced. But he is coming to the best years of his career. Maybe Malacia coming in will probably give him that little bit of fire that he needs in order to try and progress and to try and kick on a little bit and really knuckle down and have another good season. But if not, then Malacia is going to be there to take over. And from what we've seen from Malacia so far in preseason, he looks like he's ready already, in my opinion, because he's got that passing ability. You know, he completed a heck of a lot of good passes yesterday. He's got that defensive guile with the strength and the getting back, and the speed, and he's also got good eye for getting forward and even having shots and getting crosses and things like that. He does look just as competent, if you ask me. So these two are going to be battling it out for the left back spot. Let's just ask the live chat, who do you think is going to be Ten Hag's left back, main left back? Will it be Luke Shaw? Will it be Tyrell Malacia? Let us know your thoughts and opinions in the chat. Right now, I mean, maybe Malacia is definitely entering himself into the argument big time. So we'll see. I mean, he has bought him in as well, and he is a Ten Hag signing. And surely he's bought him in because he does want to play him as well. 26 seem to be around for ages, says Scott Berg. Shaw says Colin Harris. Malacia says Duncan Belitho. Malacia all day says Dabo. Malacia says Savulon. Malacia, he's a spark, that lad. He does look very, very good, doesn't he? He looks like somebody who's got great potential that could perhaps be like the next Patrice Evra, like could be perhaps a world-class left back. Whereas Luke Shaw, we've seen 7 years of development from him at United now, and he's only good. And good is good. Good's good. Good's good. You need a good player in your squad, maybe backing up the world-class left back. But in terms of, has he ever got to that level? It's not really. He did have one great season, but that's not good enough for me. He's got to do it proven. Is Ronaldo captain today, says Almu. Well, when the team news comes out very shortly, we'll let you know, actually. We'll definitely let you know. Okay, so also, yeah, just on Eric Bailly real quick. So AS Roma reported to have been looking to negotiate a loan deal for Eric Bailly once they complete the signing of Gini Wijnaldum. So that's via Fabrizio Romano. That is a thought. So we are still looking to maybe sell one or two of these gash players, hopefully get some new good players in. Also, we've got information here that the young players are arriving in the squad as well. Let me just get this up on screen. So just before the game, we've got Alejandro Garnacho, Shola Shoretire, and Sedan Iqbal, etc., all joining, all present, getting in there. So this should be a really fun game. I'm really looking forward to seeing this game today. We've got Ronaldo back. What's going to happen there? We've also got a lot of the youngsters playing because we know that yesterday most of these players didn't play, and there was obviously a game yesterday, and basically all the players who played yesterday are not going to play today, which means that a lot of these youngsters are going to get game time today, which is brilliant. So let's get a cheeky little Sue in there, and they're going to be playing with Cristiano. So those players arriving. Great to see that, folks. Youngsters arriving. Cristiano Ronaldo arriving there as well. Interesting. Yes, Falcao plays for Real Vallecano. He could play today, Rushmano just said. Nice, mate. That'd be interesting, wouldn't it? See that shit house. What a shit house. Okay. Lucky Singh says, I'm ready to buy Manchester United players. Well, please do. Please help us. Please help us buy some players. Okay, so let me just cover the rest of the news, folks. Thank you all for being in here. We've got 414 legends. Hit the sub up, hit the like button, have your say in the chat. We're going to have a big Q&A at the end. But until then, I am going to just cover the rest of the news. Actually, before I do, look at the top of the live chat. There is a link to my tweet there. If you're not following me on Twitter, give us a cheeky little follow on Twitter. Give it a retweet as well. That link would really help us out. I'll put it in the live chat once again here very quickly. It just helps us spread the word, and I'll give everyone a shout out and a follow back who's kind enough to help us spread the word on their Twitter there. 5 retweets so far. Liam Ward, Stephen Braun, Devils Are Red, Transfers MUFC, and Lewis. Thank you all for sharing the stream on Twitter, you bunch of legends. Pin to the top of the live chat. Please give us a retweet if you haven't done. Okay, now back into the show. So, yeah, as I said, FC Bayern, just on Ronaldo, then just to cap off the Ronaldo sort of news, we can see that, CR7, he's working. Oliver Kahn's distanced themselves even more so from signing a new striker. Obviously, Ronaldo's expected to be playing today, but there is still a sense and a feeling that George Mendes is trying to gauge interest from football clubs, and maybe if there was a concrete offer that came in from Sporting to United, we may consider it if he's really want away, and Ronaldo may consider it as well, because it's opportunity for Champions League football, and it's obviously his homeland. So because of that, it's a possibility, but I still think the most likely thing that happens is that he stays at United because of the fact that we need him, the fact that he's very hard to replace, especially right now, because we don't have Champions League football to necessarily entice, and we're not in a good place. We can't entice the top players to Manchester United right now. It's not that easy for us. Ten Hag's got to sort of get United back in the Champions League, get back on track, progressing to convince the top players to once again want to come, I think, most of them. So that's a factor, and Ronaldo's just, if he goes, it leaves us in the lurch late on in the window. We could sign a new player that would be good and could score a lot of goals, but are they really going to do what Cristiano Ronaldo will do for you? He's capable of scoring 25 league goals this season for Man United in the Premier League. Don't see why not. He's still got the class and the quality, and it's quite possible, that he does that, in all fairness. So that's my feeling. He's too valuable for us to sell. If a good offer came in, 30 mil, then I could understand it. But until that happens, keep the guy. Definitely keep the guy. Honor his contract. Keep his contract. He's got a contract with us, and that's it. You're our player, and like it or lump it, really, that's it. That's it. That is it with Cristiano Ronaldo. So it's exciting. We're going to see him playing a little bit, folks, but just on Ronaldo, maybe looking more likely that he's going to stay, which would be fantastic for us. Get in there, my son. Right, okay. Let's have a little look at this then, folks. So we've got a little bit on since the last time we spoke. Benny McCarthy, official Man United boss Erik ten Hag has added to his backroom team with the appointment of Benny McCarthy as a first-team coach. Ex-forward will specialise in coaching attacking plays and positioning. Interesting appointment, guys. This one, eh? Interesting. Very, very interesting. But yeah, I mean, Benny McCarthy, I remember him playing for Blackburn back in the day, but don't know too much about his coaching acumen or abilities. But hey, look, we certainly could do with a new, fresh approach, couldn't we? There's nothing wrong with that. So Benny McCarthy, interesting. Benny McCarthy, interesting. That's some news that's since came out. Let's get on to Benjamin Sesko then. So this is the latest update from Fabrizio Romano this morning, which said that United are still exploring Benjamin Sesko deal. No official bid yet, but approaches with the player side continue as revealed earlier in the week. RB Salzburg plan has always been to sell Sesko in 2023. So not an easy one, but he's definitely on Man United's list. So United are maybe thinking about getting somebody in to help out in terms of the forward positions. We've got a 19-year-old prospect here who's heavily linked to Manchester United. He's linked to a couple of other clubs as well. But he's not going to be a replacement for Cristiano Ronaldo, is he? He's the sort of signing that I'd love to see come in now for the right price, like not a huge amount of money, and just help us out by coming on occasionally, being a young player and developing as such. Not having a key role in the team, but coming in and playing a rotation role or even just like a development role where he's playing sometimes when we need him. That is really what I'm looking at with Benjamin Sesko. So it's interesting. It's interesting, but it's not really that much of a game changer, is it, this Sesko signing? If Ronaldo was to leave and we signed Sesko, then we are absolutely screwed for the season in terms of us scoring goals. This guy looks good. He looks good for a young lad. He does, and he adds something different to your team as well, physicality-wise, etc. He's good. But he's also green, which means he's not had any experience in terms of that much experience. He's fresh. He's not had experience playing in the Premier League. So to think that we could maybe rely on somebody like that if Ronaldo was to go, it's just absolutely preposterous. And Tony Martial, sorry to say, as much as I think he's going to have a better season this season, I do not think he is a top player, and I think he's just too inconsistent. And that's been proven over the years at United. Maybe he can change my mind, I suppose, if he can start getting that consistency into his game and performing well. But again, you saw him yesterday. Wasn't exactly a worldie of a performance. He did okay. You know, his movement was decent. He's working hard, but did he score? Did he take any of his couple of chances? He didn't. He needed maybe more chances, but he didn't take any of the ones that he had. So that's what I'm saying. You know, you've got to have the resolve to keep Cristiano Ronaldo at the football club because he's just too valuable. And players like Benjamin Sesko are good additions, but in my humble opinion, he's just not going to match up anywhere near what we need in terms of the goals this season. So we'll see. It's a probability that we'll maybe go in for this guy. Also, what's this that's just come out? Interesting. Okay, thank you, Rushman, who sent me an update here that says that United are... Okay, we'll get on to Frankie de Jong, I suppose, very quickly then. So the Sesko news is that Man United are still interested, and we'll just get on to some Frankie news. So there is reports here that from Sport that Man United are preparing a final offer to sign Frankie de Jong from Barcelona. United are ready to match his £450,000 a week salary and wipe out the $70 million he is owed in wages. This sounds like absolute bollocks. Mate, maybe that's what it takes in order to sign him, though. Look at what Barca are doing. They're performing like an absolute bunch of shithouses here. They don't seem to want to settle up Frankie's deal. So, you know, in terms of Manchester United, like having to pay the majority of that to try and convince them. So it might be the case. They're stalling this deal, aren't they? Why are they stalling this deal? Are they trying to get more money from Manchester United just so we make it happen speedily as possible because they don't want to settle up that money and take that £17 million hit? So there is something to it, but I mean, in my opinion, like we've already sort of done that to a degree when we had an initial agreement in principle for 85 million overall, which was 20 in add-ons and 65 up front. We've then further had negotiations and agreed a 75 million up front and 10 in add-ons. I figured that extra 10 million euros was to help out to pay up front for this hit that they've got to take for Frankie de Jong. But it would be no surprise for me for those proper shithouses Barcelona if they are trying to squeeze or weasel some more money out of Manchester United. It really wouldn't surprise me at all. So it could be down to that. It could be that they're just sort of putting the pressure on United, saying that we'll wait all summer long. Give us an extra 10 mil, or give us the whole 85 that you've agreed with us. But we don't want no 10 million add-ons anymore. We want the whole 85. It wouldn't surprise me if that's the sort of shithouse tactics that they're sort of planning on doing. But anyway, so there is a report coming out that Man United are, looking to go in for De Jong again, with an offering big wages and this kind of stuff. We haven't agreed any personal terms or anything. We haven't got to that stage because Barcelona are still being a bunch of shithouses, and he's still a Barca player, and he's still, of course, contracted by the football club. We know, look, Xavi's been speaking, and Xavi has said that I don't know if he's going to stay here. This was this morning that these quotes came out from Farah. I don't know if he's going to stay here. I've never sent Frankie a message. there's still a time and a lot of things can still happen. The fact that he played as a central defender in the other games was not a sign that he was leaving. Not a sign to say that he's playing as centre-back, for fuck's sake. He's a midfielder, mate. He's like a timid individual as well, really. He looks like a little boy. He's not cut out to be a centre-back, man. You know? So, but anyway, he's not a centre-back. So even if he is cut out to be a centre-back, he's a great ball player, right? But even if he was, like Mascherano style or something, like it's just, it doesn't add up. He's a midfielder. He wants to play midfield. He doesn't want to play in centre-back. And we know the situation is that they've accepted a bid from Man United, all the rest of it. So that is basically essentially the same. Xavi's been speaking, and he says that he doesn't know if he's going to stay here. We know that they don't want him there, folks. They want the money. Maybe Xavi wants him as a footballer, but evidently not, because they've gone out there and signed 3 huge players on big money, and they're prepared to pay them the money and prepared to put them a space in the squad. But now they've taken Frankie's squad place away from him, and because he's on too much money, I guess, for the player that they think he is. Maybe that's why I don't know what it is, folks, but they don't like Frankie de Jong at Barcelona. They don't want him, and they're definitely kicking him out. And they're going about in a really shithouse way by denying him what he's owed, etc. at this moment in time. So it'd be interesting if, if that's the case. I mean, in terms of the wages that he's on, I mean, I think I've heard reports he's on 350,000 euros a week. So some reports say, this report says 450,000 pounds a week, but that sounds preposterous. But if he really is on that sort of money, then crikey, I'm no surprise that they want to get him off the books, because the previous regime has completely stitched up Barcelona by putting players on huge contracts, if that's the case like that. So yeah, De Jong out is still a very likely thing. De Jong out to Man United is still a very likely thing. So it's still possible it doesn't happen, because maybe Frankie's absolute insubordinance and stance on it is he wants to stay. But it seems to me he just wants to get paid, and his agent wants to get paid, and once they're paid, they'll be happy to leave because they're already being ushered out the door. And from Man United's point of view, we need a quality player. Ten Hag wants him. That's his guy. So Ten Hag's desperate still to get him. He'll prepare to be as patient as possible, I suppose, to get him. But De Jong doesn't really want to leave Barca, but seeing as they're literally kicking him up the arse out the door, buying new players, refusing, to give him cash, and also potentially asking him to play for less money, I would say that that's a good indicator that you're not wanted, Frankie. He's not wanted there, and also being told to play at centre-back, etc. He is not wanted by Barcelona anymore. So for that reason, I think he goes to Man United. Let's have a vote, guys. What's your new thoughts today? Stay or go? Frankie de Jong. United forever. Thank you for the super chat, mate. Nice one. He says, Mr. P, did you say Benny coming to United? Says United forever. What do you mean? Benny McCarthy coming to United as a player? Is that what you thought I said? Is that what you thought I said, bud? No, let me get that back up on the screen. Imagine if we just signed Benny McCarthy. That's hilarious. I'm just looking up how old he is. He's 44 now. Well, Cristiano Ronaldo's only 37. Let me put this up on the screen for you again, though. So, official Man United boss Erik ten Hag has added to his backroom team with the appointment of Benny McCarthy as a first-team coach. The ex-forward will specialise in coaching, attacking plays and positioning. What do you make of this appointment, actually, guys? Do you think it's good or bad? I mean, it's new. Benny McCarthy, though, wasn't he a bit bang average? No. I mean, I think, I seem to recall he was good for Blackburn right back in the day. I seem to recall that. But look, Berber says Benny over Rashford and Martial. Good says Great White. Seb says very good. And also, like I was saying anyway, it doesn't actually matter. As long, to be fair, he's been there, he's done that. He's had a very successful career, actually. Where's he from? South Africa, was he? Let's go and have a little look at his profile here. Hang on a second. Okay, yeah, so there you go. There you go. So he came through Ajax. He's from South Africa, Cape Town, came through Ajax, 97, 99, played for Ajax. Tells you a little bit there, really. And also Celta Vigo, then Porto. Very nice, 46 goals and 85 for Porto. Blackburn Rovers, 37 and 109. West Ham United, played for West Ham, and Orlando Pirates. So this guy, he had a good career as a professional, absolutely. And it's not even about that. It's about your coaching ability. Like we've talked about many times on the channel, sometimes great players don't actually make great coaches. And sometimes bang average players who maybe have had to deal with adversity more so perhaps in the football realm throughout their careers turn out to be very, very good managers a lot of the time. So you think about some of the best managers of all time, a lot of them were decent players, a lot of them were bang average players. People like Arsene Wenger, who the fuck was Arsene Wenger? Wasn't his best team like some third division French team or something? You know what I mean? It wasn't a top player or anything. He's a proper bang average. Jurgen Klopp was a bang average defender, guys. You know what I mean? Like some of the best managers are not the greatest of players, and some of the greatest of players don't turn out to be the best managers. So it's not about that anyway. And this is about coaching. But I think it's good. It's a new, fresh change. We need new people in, don't we? I'm happy to see some new faces in here in the footballing sense to try and help us what we're doing. And if Ten Hag feels like he's the right guy to help us, then brilliant. But it does just make me laugh to think that Penny McCarthy is going to be giving coaching to Cristiano Ronaldo up top there with his goals record of 11 games for West Ham and 0 goals. 1,330 for Blackburn. But you know what I mean? It's not necessarily, it's plays and positioning and things like this. This is it. So it's not finished. He's not going to be giving finishing coaching to Ronaldo. It's about, the team attacking phases and things like this and that kind of thing, Hey, nice one, Rushmano says we've got 198 likes on the stream. Thank you, every single one of you legends, for getting in here raw and smashing in that raw, filthy like button on it. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in and getting in here. We got some team news coming out, etc. for the show. Drop a like on the video. We're probably going to stick around until some team information comes out. Should be in the next few minutes. Usually when there's the pre-season fixes, they release the teams a couple of hours before. Usually when it's the competitive games, it's just an hour, literally on the hour before. But for these ones, I'm pretty sure it will be out in the next sort of 10 minutes or so. We'll see. But just going to cover the rest of the little bits of information we got. Then we'll do a rundown and get back into the live chat. But just quickly, so on De Jong, we were talking about De Jong, weren't we? Yeah, Xavi still saying he doesn't know the future of De Jong. De Jong, in my opinion, is realistic to go because of how they're treating him. There it is. He's looking to get paid, though, and I guess there could be an element of truth behind some of the reports that are saying that Barca are looking to get more money out of Man United, and we're thinking about helping to pay the initial amount that's owed to him, which would be absolutely ridiculous. And as I said, Sesko is also still on the agenda, maybe. He's on the shortlist. We could be going in for him. Depends on a bunch of factors, I suppose. Who else is available? What happens with the rest of the deals we're working on, such as De Jong? Maybe if that doesn't happen, we'll turn our attention to other players. We'll need budget for elsewhere. But at the moment, Sesko is definitely a consideration and on the list. Right then, folks. Okay, so just very quickly, I'm going to give a very quick rundown of what we've discussed here. I do have one or two more things, actually. Sorry, what am I on about? So we've appointed Penny McCarthy. Also, there's still some reports and some rumours that United are interested in Real Madrid forward Marco Asensio. Still, that link still doesn't go away because he's available for very much a cheap deal. Could be available for, some say, 25 mil due to his contract situation. It's a consideration. He's a bit injury prone, but his stats are good. I mean, 49 goals, registered 24 assists in 235 appearances. Not bad anyway, playing on the right there. So in my opinion, this guy is, as an option, we'll look at that right wing position. It's a little, I don't want this guy, by the way. I'd like somebody else. Just to clear it up. Do you want Marco Asensio? Yes or no? Let's have a vote. I don't want him, but because he's got knee injuries and knee injury problems, he's another injury prone sort of melter. That's the problem. We got a few too many injury prone melters in the team. We don't need another one. And he would probably come on decent money, but he is a good player, right? But he's not really who I'd be looking at. But you look at the vulnerabilities in our right wing position. You could see that yesterday with Elanga playing there. And if Sancho's out injured or whatnot, crikey, we are a little bit lightweight there. So he is expected to maybe wanting to go. Lots of no's coming in here. Screw that, says Twisted Fate. No, says Malps. No, says Hader. Yeah, we're ready for Marco Asensio. Well, that's the thing. I mean, he is linked to us a little bit and has been all summer long, really, because he's available for cheap. But he's not the sort of player I think we should be getting right now. He's not old or anything. It's just that he's injury prone and he'd probably be on quite reasonable money for a player that may have issues with injuries. And, just character-wise, I don't think it's necessarily what I'm looking for right now. And it is understood, as I said, reported, ESPN are also, and a few other outlets, I think, reporting that Man United are reportedly preparing, one final sort of contract offer for De Jong in the hope of convincing Barcelona midfielder to move to Old Trafford. So what my understanding was is we haven't even really agreed any personal terms or discussed any personal terms because the hold up is Barca, but they may be working on things behind the scenes, obviously. But certainly we're still waiting on the Barca De Jong situation to be resolved before we can resolve the Man United De Jong situation ourselves. Also, yesterday, as we said, I mean, I'm pretty sure I did mention it yesterday, but Sir Alex Ferguson obviously handed a new role at United. Get in there, my son. Fergie back in action. But he basically remained on the club's board anyway as a non-executive director since departing in 2013. But he's now given a more influential role, reportedly. So, you know, that's he's back in action, playing a more key role in some of the inner workings of the football club, perhaps, to be involved as a part of a think tank that would involve people like David Gill and Brian Robson and John Murtaugh and people like this. So apparently they're going to be having regular meetings. We discussed it, but I just wanted to mention it for anybody that didn't know. So Fergie just getting slightly more involved maybe with some of the workings of the club. I think it's good. Some people say, you know, he shouldn't be having that much say on the footballing side of things, etc. these days. But in terms of the rest of the decisions and everything, and of course he's a footballing man, and if anybody wants what's best for Man United, it's Alex Ferguson. Nobody's got to doubt or question his loyalty. Nobody's got to doubt his love and you know, morality. Nobody's got to doubt that about him. He is full Manchester United through and through. So whatever decisions he's trying to make, whatever work he's trying to do, you know, it is to benefit the absolute benefit of Manchester United as a footballing team. So that's what I love about. I hope that he's involved as much as possible, man. However, yeah, like you insane, says let the man rest, but he wants to be involved. This is it. I mean, he's got to do something. You know, he's semi-retired essentially, isn't it? He's got that passion burning raw in his loins, man, for Man United still. You can see that. Gangshi, what's going on, Don Gangshi, legend? Thank you so much for the super chat. Let's get a suey in the live chat there for Don Gangshi. Thank you, Gangshi. He says, cheeky super chat when I'm stuck at the traffic lights big. Oh, shit, Gangshi, don't text and drive. Gangshi, thank you so much, you legend. Have a great day. And keep your eyes on the road, dude. Guys, let's get a love heart in there for Gangshi. I hope you're good, bud. Hope you have a great day. Yeah, drive safe, says Chris Parker. Absolutely. He's super chatting me at the traffic lights. That is commitment, lad. I do not encourage that, by the way. I do not encourage that. Please keep your eyes on the road, Gangshi. Nice one. Hey, no worries for being late, by the way there, Lewis. You're not late. It's great, man. Great to see you in here. If you are late, though, make sure you drop that like on the video. If you haven't hit the thumbs up button yet, smash that like. Help us get to 300 likes on the video. Hit that subscribe button if you're new. If you're new to the show, we're on here every single day, giving you the latest updates in regards to Manchester United and in a no bullshit, no clickbait way as well. So we give you all the reports. So if you like the show, make sure you subscribe. It's the red one that says subscribe. And if you're new to the channel, click the bell icon so you get a notification when we post and go live. Right, a bit of info about Jude Bellingham potentially having a lot of, there being a big interest from Liverpool to sign him, perhaps in January or in the summer next year, looking quite likely. I mean, Jude Bellingham's definitely a player I'd love to see Man United go and get. The only way that could possibly happen is if he stays at Dortmund another year, obviously, which is looking likely. And if he, if Man United have a really good season this year and we get back on track and we got Champions League football, then maybe we can compete with some of those top teams to be able to sign a player like this. But even though he's a 19-year-old player, it's like even he would be hard to convince to come to United when there's other teams like Liverpool and, you know, lots of other top teams that would be interested in taking him. So Real Madrid are apparently both interested next summer as well. Man United are certainly interested in next summer, but Liverpool at the moment heavily linked with him. So let's just hope he doesn't go there. Anyway, but I just wanted to mention it because it's just a player that's been linked with us. Also, we got a report from Samuel Luckhurst that says an imminent departure of Ethan Laird on loan does not necessarily secure Aaron Wan-Bissaka's future at Man United, as the club are eager to shift him. What do you think, guys? Aaron Wan-Bissaka, keep or sell? Hey, Alex, what's going on? I am watching the match, mate. Absolutely, yes, I am going to be on. I'll be on at 3:30, guys, in about an hour and a half. We're just like hanging out for a bit before the game, give you the pre-game news. We've also got some new, another picture here. Nice one. Thank you, Rushmano, for sending me this, bud. We got Martinez. We've got Martinez at Old Trafford there as well, folks, signing autographs, signing shirts. Martinez is at Old Trafford. Absolutely brilliant. So we've seen Cristiano Ronaldo pictured there. Let me just get that back up on the screen. Cristiano Ronaldo pictured arriving. We've got youth players arriving today. We'll give you the team news as and when it comes out. If it comes out shortly, to be fair, It should come out soon, shouldn't it? But if it doesn't, we'll just give you it at the start of the watch along. But usually it will come out a couple of hours on a friendly. If not, be an hour before the game. But we know sort of who's not going to be playing. It's the players yesterday. Most of those players are not going to be playing. One or two, certainly players like Ericsson, who didn't get a lot of game time. He might start the game, or he might come on again as a sub. Lisandro Martinez, who didn't play, obviously he's expected to maybe start the game, etc. So it'll be cool to see who plays. I'm really looking forward to the game. Whip, thank you for the super chat, Whip. Let's get a Sui in there for Whip. He says, Gungshi's at the lights. I'm stuck at the ferry. Oh, Whip's on the ferry as well, mate. Nice one. Enjoy, lad. Let's hope it's not too rocky out there for you, lad. And let's hope it's the case for United as well today. We need to have a good game against Vallecano today, folks. Even though we are rotating this side, it's a pre-season warm-up. It's a chance for Ten Hag to look at all these players again, which is good because yesterday we've seen a totally different team. Today we'll see a totally different team. He'll get a good basis of who should be ready and fit enough and ready to start and deserving of starting against Brighton on the 7th. So it's not maybe ideal. You'd like a bit of a rest, but actually in regards to forcing Ten Hag into playing two different teams, it's good because we're going to get a look at all these players. And I think that if you look at players like, say, Victor Lindelof and Maguire, those guys haven't really convinced me or you or Ten Hag probably that they're the best to be starting a centre-back for him, in my opinion. And then you look at the right-back, Dalot, that's a big concern. The midfielder, Fred and McTominay. Well, Fred's done all right pre-season, in all fairness, and McTominay's had his moments, but still, he's proven not to be good enough, really. Donny van der Beek is a big concern whenever he's played in pre-season, apart from that one game where he got the assist. He hasn't looked too good, has he, Donny? He looks very laboured, and he's just gone invisible the last couple of performances. Want to see a lot more from him as well. And then, okay, we've got going to obviously see lots of different youth players like Garnacho and Shola Shoretire and Zidane Iqbal and these sorts of guys today. So really looking forward to it. Should be very, very good indeed. Slab is not playing, says Patricia O'Driscoll. Yes! Come on! We can enjoy this game! Because Harry Maguire is not playing indeed, mate. That's one thing for sure. That is definitely one thing for sure. Right then, folks, I'm going to get into the live chat then for a bit of a Q&A now. But Wan-Bissaka is still a consideration to be being sold. Apparently, Bailly's still linked to Roma. There are some links with other players who are potentially going out. Just to give you a rundown on outgoings, people like Tellez. Maybe reports of some reports of interest, maybe from Porto, other teams as well, apparently interested. And then you've also got other centre backs of ours which could be offloaded. Like who knows if there was a decent offer that came in for Lindo, or if there was a potential to sell Phil Jones, then I think we would probably do it. Twanzebe, Axel Twanzebe may well be sold this summer. So United still can do a bunch of outgoing deals and get some new players in and obviously then strengthen our team. That's the idea. So we understand if we're spending 85 million on De Jong and big wages, sometimes that's going to eat up a lot of the budget. But sell one or two players, have a bit of a reshuffle, and let's get this starting 11 sorted out. We might not have, even after we've done that, we might not necessarily have a strong squad. But let's get a quality starting 11 at the very least, because right now it is lacking, mate. Right, okay, let's get into the live chat, folks, for a Q&A. Everyone, thank you so much for joining us. Firstly, I'm just going to ask you very quickly, actually, what do you think the score is going to be today, folks? So what's your score prediction for the game against Real Vallecano? I think we're going to have a bit of an emphatic game because we had a piss-poor one yesterday. We have rotated a lot. There's players with a point to prove and show to Ten Hag. This is a great opportunity for them. They know it's a bit of a ropey one yesterday. Some of these players will be thinking, crikey, if I can have a really good performance today, maybe Ten Hag will start me against Brighton. That's the sort of thing it is. I'm expecting a good game. I'm going 4-0 to United. 4-0. 2-0 says Hader, 2-0 says Bot Gamer, 4-0 says Classical Gashings, 2-0 says Chris Ryan, 4-1 says Regan, 3-1 says Leanne Reeston, 3-1 says R Kings, 2-1 says Tonk Nash, 1-0 says Twisted Fate, 6-0 says Days Gone, 3-0 says Vachi, 3-1 says Whip, 3-2 says Don, 3-1 says Enor, 4-0 says Classical Gashings, 0-1 says Chris Barker, 3-1 says Lucky Singh, 3-0 says Lewis. Okay. And they're at the final stretch of this phono finish, lads and lasses. It sounded like a fucking horse racing dude, didn't it? Anyway, right, so we have got you've got a lot of positive predictions coming in there. I feel the same. I think it's going to be a good game from us today because there's a point to prove from players. We do have a lot of raw youth out there, but it's mixed with quite some experience as well. Like we're expecting obviously players like Cristiano, but how's about players like Eric Bailly, Varane, Luke Shaw didn't play yesterday, Malacia played yesterday, so Luke Shaw will be playing, stuff like that. We should still have a good senior set of players out there who with a point to prove as well. And so for that reason, I think these guys will be giving it like 110%, trying to get in that first team game against Brighton. So I'm expecting a bit of fire from Man United today. If I don't get that, I'm going to be disappointed. That's what I'm expecting. I'm expecting a cheeky Ronaldo goal or two if he starts. And if he doesn't start, then maybe not. But if he starts, which he should, if he's going to start, isn't he? Then I'm expecting him to bag a goal or two. In fact, let's just start the live chat that then very quickly. How many goals does Cristiano Ronaldo score today if he plays, guys? How many goals does he score? I think he's going to get 2. That's what I think. He's going to get 2. Cheeky little brace. Cristiano Ronaldo finishing him off, smiling his heart out at Old Trafford again, mate, getting the cheers from the crowd. 10 says Pepsi Gardenia. 2 says Patricia O'Driscoll. 1 says Hader and Superstar says 0. Ronaldo says 3, says our Kings. 3 says Duncan. 2 says David Hodgie and Tonk Nash. 1 says Leanne Reeson. Chris Barker says 0. Duncan says 3. 2 says Dipankar Modak. 4 says Days Gone. Okay, so a lot of you people think that we're going to be getting a lot of goals from Cristiano Ronaldo today. IQ Insane makes a great point. He says 0. He's not fit. He may well only be featuring for half an hour at the end of the game at this rate. But if he does start, then maybe he'll come off at halftime. If he does start, maybe he'll come off for the 60 minutes. I think it's enough time. I think he's physically fit enough and too much of a beast to not score, though. I think he'll get 1 at the very least. But I'm going for 2. I honestly think he's just going to come in and just fire it in like he always does. I know Chris Ryan says, Piggy, hey Piggy, have you heard the King has returned, baby? Oh, don't even get me going on that guy, mate. This the King. There he is. He said the King is playing Sunday or whatnot. That's disgusting. I don't want him to be calling himself the King, mate. That's Eric Cantona, dude. Oh, nice one, Rushmana. We got 252 likes. Break out the red panties. It's red panty night. The live chat's got us 250 likes, baby. Everyone, thank you so much, honestly, from the bottom of my piggy loins for hitting that thumbs up on the video. That really does help this channel out. It's free to do so as well. So if you're just getting in, help us get to 300 by smashing that like, smash the subscribe, and let's have your say in the Q&A. We're going to stay on here for a good, 10 or 15 minutes. See what you legends got to say for yourselves. And then we'll be back on at 3:30 for the watch along for the game as well. But the King wants to leave, says Rushmano. Yeah, is he talking about Elvis? That's why Jonathan Gallagher, he says, is Elvis, Jonathan Kennedy, so he says, is Elvis playing? Yeah, well, there you go. When he goes, eventually we can say Elvis has left the building, can't we? And not fit Ronaldo, says Twisted Fate. He's ticked me off, just indifferent to him now, says Superstar. I get that, he has shown a lack of loyalty here. Is this De Jong deal getting over the line, says Whip? I mean, there's new sort of comments from Xavi and stuff about he doesn't know if he's going to stay here. That indicates to me that this is a good chance that he's going, because that's not the words of a coach that wants desperate to keep hold of a player and knows that he's going to keep him. That is sounds like he's getting sold from out from above him, from the people upstairs, and they're trying to push him up because he's on such big money, and obviously they've spent big money. They've got to get money off the books in order to register players for La Liga. So there is news there that in the sense that it's looking more likely that he's going. Whether he goes to Man United is another big question, though. He hasn't left the building yet, says Chris Koo. Indeed. Ronaldo's just too good to let go, in my opinion. Rushmano, no wonder with this current team, says Jonathan. Rushmano said, but the King wants to leave. Right, yeah, fair enough. Okay, the current team is lacking. But it's not the end of the transfer window yet. Like, surely you've got to give us a bit more time now. We know that De Jong's in the pipeline. We've got to sign 1 or 2 more players to show that ambition. But if we do make 5 or 6 first-team signings, that's a good summer window for anybody, and you can't ask for much more than that. But it depends who you get, of course. But De Jong's a big player. Martinez is a good player. Eriksen's a great player. And Malacia looks a fantastic player. These are all good signings. They're all good signings. But we need a bit more of them, I agree. Okay. Hamill says, breaking Barca have gone bankrupt and been brought by the Glazers. Daryl Platt says, is Fred and McTominay worse than Ant and Deck? I wouldn't go that far. No, actually, I like Ant and Deck, to be fair. I'd say, yes, they are worse than them. They're definitely a worse double act than them, yeah. When's the transfer window end, says Vachi? Is it the 31st of August, is it, I think? Or is it the 10th of September? Let me have a quick look. I've forgotten. Transfer window end. Is it the same this year because of the World Cup? Transfer window end. It's the end of January. So it's slam shot on the 1st of September. Sorry, the end of... Did I say January? I meant August. I meant the end of August. It's September 1st. All the top 5 leagues in Europe will bring business to a close on the same day. So there's slight differences in terms of timings, apparently. But all the top 5s in Europe will be the same day, the 1st of September. So we got until then. That's just 1 month. It's literally 1 month to be able to get 3 or 4 good signings in to try and improve this starting 11, which needs it. Yeah, Mr. Magoo Maguire's still there, says Jonathan Kennedy. Absolutely no excuse for his poor timing, says Rushmano. Yeah, that's right. I mean, it's actually, I don't know, Rushmano. In a way, I kind of think that his timing was good in the sense that maybe it has put pressure on us to maybe have to go out and sign more players. But also, I think he was prepared to give United a chance because, look, he did it a month into the transfer window. He could have done it at the start of the transfer window. But he didn't. He wanted to see who we brought in, who we bought. And we didn't buy anybody. So that's when he sort of threw his toys out the pram. Maybe, just maybe, he was prepared to see who we signed. Or maybe he just changed his mind and decided that he doesn't want to play in he needs Champions League. So I don't know that. But I'm just saying, he didn't say there wasn't any news about him wanting to leave or anything like that for the first month of the transfer window. So that leads me to think that maybe he was just testing the water, just seeing what Man United were prepared to do. I don't know. What do you think should be our priority signings? Definitely the midfield, Ken monologues. We've got to get De Jong. And then even if it was up to me, I'd sign another midfielder as well and sell McTominay. And then if not, right back's a problem area for us. Got to sell one of those right backs, either or really, but maybe Wan-Bissaka, but you've got to sell either or, buy a new right back, a better right back. And also you've got to maybe look at the right wing position. We saw that yesterday, vulnerability there with Elanga playing there. And if we have Sancho out, who's going to play there? It's not good enough. Elanga wasn't good enough there. He's a good player. I rate Elanga. He had a good time of it last season. I think he had a good season and developed well. And he's a young kid. So I'm not blaming him or anything. I'm just saying he's not necessarily ready to do what we need him to. So right wing is also a bit of a problem area for us. And the striker position, guys. Cristiano Ronaldo, will he, won't he? There's still doubts as to whether or not he's going to be staying at Manchester United. So if that is the case, if he does stay at Manchester United, then we're okay in that position because we've got Martial and Rashford, and these guys can play at striker, and even, I guess you could chuck Sancho up there at a push. You can do that. So it's not that much of a problem. If Ronaldo plays, Martial can deputise. If he stays, that's fine. If he goes, though, then we absolutely have to sign a striker, don't we? We should probably be looking to sign another striker anyway. Yeah, Chris Barker says, for fuck's sake, Greenwood. Oh, man, I hear you, dude. I hear you. That's it. If only we still had Mason Greenwood and he wasn't a complete potential shithouse, then it would be nice. Interesting. Rob Dawson has just tweeted out. There's some program notes here from Eric Ten Hag. I'm just going to put them up on the screen here for you guys. Nice, Rob Dawson from ESPN. Just put this out there, guys. Let me just show you a little bit larger. So he's at Old Trafford for Man United versus Rayo Vallecano. Ten Hag's last friendly before the start of the season. It says in his program notes, a few weeks have passed since I started and I can already feel we have moved in the right direction. Get in there, Eric Ten Hag. You know what? I already feel that as well. I mean, I do feel that as well. Like, we are moving in the right direction. I know we lost yesterday, but the first half, the passing and stuff, it was much better. We're not there yet. We don't have that slickness of passing that we need to, but we're getting better with our, like our one-touch passing and things like that, and also keeping hold of the ball a bit better. And defensively, we were reasonably sound throughout the game. There was that one slip-up. We're getting, and obviously the pre-season's been good. We are looking a little bit better in how we're going about it and just the mentality. The mentality is a big thing. Like having a bit of belief about you, but also just like attacking, like having an attacking mentality and being prepared to be on the front foot and things like that. That's what I like. That's what I've liked about the preseason, is that we have had an attacking mentality. And we haven't seen that enough at United. And that's how Manchester United should always be, really, is we should be a team that plays with an attacking mentality. So, yeah, the pressing looks intentional now, not just winging it. Yeah, that's right, Twisted Fate, absolutely. A bit more, a lot more pressing from the front. Players like Martial and Rashford doing that well compared to last season where they were absolutely awful at it. And, Martial's been pressing really quite well from the front. And, he's had a good preseason. There's definitely plus points and positive points. Some of these players already who had a poor season last season have maybe already started to turn the page. Players like Rashford and Martial, they're looking better, aren't they? Looking like they're definitely up for it and they've got a point to prove. Players like Bruno, sadly, still yet to really reach his best or show that he's still the Portuguese Magnifico. He is still struggling a little bit out there. Sancho's had a very good preseason. There's some big positive plus points. Like from a team point of view, how we're playing, the attacking mentality, the approach, the pressing, everything's looking a lot better. And then also individually, a lot of these players are doing better as well. Fred's had a good preseason. There'll be confidence gained from players like Harry Maguire. Look, I don't like Harry Maguire. I don't want him in the team. But if Ten Hag's playing him, I want Harry Maguire to do well, obviously, and it's good for his confidence. if he has an okay couple of games. And that's all he's done. He's had an okay couple of games. Nothing amazing, but he's had an okay couple of games. He's also missed an absolute sitter or two in that time, and also still looks slow as hell and doesn't convince me at all. But he has... Players like that will get a little bit of confidence now just from playing in that 10R team preseason of what they're going to do. Bring on the Butcher, definitely, Chris Parker. Yeah, Slabby out, Butcher in. That's what I'd say. In fact, let's get that Slab on the chopping block and get the Butcher working on him. And let's hang him up and dry cure him for 2 months. Do you know what I'm saying? That sounded a bit dark and sinister, actually. I didn't mean that. I just meant because he's a butcher and we're talking about a slab of meat here. I didn't mean we should actually kill him. Anyway, Sean Dufford says Haaland was shocking. Joachim Olsen says Scouser here, love your content. Oh, thank you, Joachim, mate. Joachim Olsen getting in here, fucking Scouser. What's going on, bud? Thank you for joining us. Excellent. Lewis says confirmed Ericsson will play. Where's that then? Carabo Lindbergh says Easter Island heads in the live chat. Says Carabo Lindbergh, yes, please do get them in there. Why not, eh? Why not? Interesting. Okay, what's this that's just come through here? What's this? No way. I didn't know this. Are you joking me? Oh, that's fucking awesome. Do you know who's playing against us today, guys? I didn't even know that. Do you know who's playing against us today, guys? You know who's playing against us today, guys? That's fucking awesome. I didn't even know that, mate. This is brilliant. This is brilliant, guys. Bebe is playing against us today for Rayo Vallecano. I didn't even know this guy was still going, bro. He's only 32. What? Dude, Bebe is playing against us. No way. You've got to be shitting me. That is fucking awesome. That is absolutely awesome. Okay, well, Bebe's playing against us. That's very interesting, folks. Look forward to seeing him absolutely stink up the gaff. You know what I mean? Look forward to that. Absolutely brilliant. Thank you very much for sending that through, Rushmiller. That's absolutely brilliant. So, yeah, I mean, there's a couple of familiar faces around there, to be in all honesty. So we'll see what the result's going to be. I think we're going to smash them up, in all fairness. Just looking at their squad, I mean, I don't really know too much about Rayo Vallecano, other than seeing some of their players, like when I'm playing FIFA and stuff like that. Don't watch much La Liga. But Bebe stands out there. That's interesting. Also, Radamel Falcao, of course. Yeah, Radamel Falcao. This shithouse returns as well. This absolute shithouse returns. What a terrible time of it he had. Manchester United loan, 25 appearances, 4 goals. He had a torrid time of it. Who remembers when we had Radamel Falcao at the club? That was awful, wasn't it? I was actually pretty excited when we signed Radamel because he'd come from Monaco where he'd scored 65 and 108. Before at Atletico, he was literally, in my opinion, he was probably the best, like, number 9 in the world at that time. There's a few people like RVP, Falcao, you know. There was a few people in contention, Luis Suarez, etc. But Falcao was right up there, yeah? And for me, yeah, when he was at Atletico and Porto as well, yeah, he was one of the elite players. But certainly, by the time we got hold of him, he was absolutely washed up and crap. Wasn't he, guys? He was. He just didn't give a toss anymore. I think he's just playing for the money. I don't know. I think he's still playing for the money. Don't know. But he was rubbish at Manchester United anyway. Absolutely rubbish. Oh, thank you very much, Kung Leone, you bloody legend, for another super chat, mate. Thank you so much, pal. He says, cheeky super chat for Piggy upon getting home safely. Oh, nice one, Gung. I'm glad you managed to get home. That's awesome. Richie says, Bebe's still better than Slabber. Just had to read that one out there. But yeah, I'm going to... So when are you going to Spain? Right, I've basically sorted out now, Gung. So there's a flight which I'm going to get on Wednesday morning at 6 a.m. It's not the best because I want to go for a bit longer, but it is direct from the closest airport to me, and it's just easy, and it gets me there, and it's, you know. So I'm going Wednesday morning now at 6 a.m. And, yeah, if anybody wonders where I'm going to Gary Neville, Melterville. And I'm only there till Saturday. So it's a bit of a short trip in the end, bit cash, but it's better than nothing, I suppose, isn't it? And I can focus on my work for tomorrow, the next day, and when I get back at the weekend, and it'll just be like a little short break. But there you go, Gungshi. I'm going on Wednesday morning now at 6 a.m. Subscribe to the channel, says Rush Mano. Thank you very much, Rushy. Yes, if you guys are new to the show, please smash that like on the video. Give it a little cheeky little thumbs up. We're almost at 300 likes. Only 17 away, folks. So drop a little like on it if you haven't done so. That'd be awesome. Thank you, Gungshi says enjoy it. Mate, I am going to enjoy it. Thank you to all you legends yesterday as well for being incredibly generous. and giving me some holiday spending money, I'm going to go raw out there, my son. I'm actually not really. I'm actually not. But I am going to enjoy, I'm going to eat some nice food and drink some nice drinks, courtesy of you legends. That's what I'm going to do. So thank you, guys. Vinny Bullock, what's going on? Says, yeah, but make sure you get back to the game on Sunday. And anyway, you might want to go Benidorm, grab a granny like Rooney, says Vincent Bullock. Grab a granny in Benny. Fair enough. Where I'm staying, Benny's not that far away, but it's about an hour and a half from where I'm staying. So it's doubtful that I'm actually going to go there, to be honest, mate. Gungshi says, smash a like on the video for the pig lads and that's it. Plus, I'm going out there with my friend who's staying there with his 2 kids, and he's got his uncle's villa. And literally, I'm there with him and his 2 kids. So it's not like we're not going on any crazy night outs in Benny or anything. You know what I mean? Sadly. No, I'm joking. Chris Goose says, take a trip down to Barcelona while you're there, Pig, and camp outside the new camp with a board. Sort these melts out. That's a good idea, mate. If I was closer, I would go do a bit outside the Camp Nou, mate. That's a good idea. Try and get a footage of De Jong crying. Ibiza Pig gonna party? Yeah, honey badger, that's not that far away actually, mate. I was looking at the possibility, so I've been trying to sort of flights out for ages. I was looking at possibilities of flying to Ibiza and then getting a ferry over to Valencia, because you can do that. But that doesn't work out that cheap for me to do in the end. So anyway, Daryl Pratt says, bring back De Jong. Kingsley Okafor, what's going on? Says United needs a CM, right wing, centre forward, and right back. Sell Jones, Wan-Bissaka, McTominay, Lindelof and Langer. Senator Ahmad Nacho with other youth players on loan, except Polistrian. Interesting, Kingsley. Interesting take. I agree with most of what you're saying there, to be fair. Haroli, what's going on, Haroli? Says, hi, Pigger, mate. Couldn't leave us, eh? How you getting on there, Haroli? Exactly, no. Well, in all fairness, I didn't want to miss the watch-along today. That would have just been gash. And the only way I could have gone from Cardiff was if I went back with my mate this morning at 10 a.m. And then I'd just been in Cardiff. And the flight was tonight at like 9 p.m. It gets you there about midnight, which is not ideal, whichever way you look at it. Plus, I'm like an hour and a half away from where I need to go when I get to the airport. And he can't pick me up because he's got kids and it's middle of the night. So it's just like I'd have to get a hotel near the airport or get a transfer, which would cost money and stuff. It just doesn't make sense. So I'm basically going later, which is gash, but it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. Anyway, don't you think we are 2 players from being a good team and 2 injuries from disaster, says Billiard? No, I think we're about 5 players away from being a good team and 1 injury away from being a gash team. Yeah. So nearly, though. Do I think Ronaldo will start today? I do, but there is a good chance that he won't. I mean, he hasn't played any preseason games, but I think he will. Vincent says, yeah, but make sure you get back to the game on Sunday. And anyway, I will be back for Sunday. Yeah, my flight comes back on Saturday, so I'll be back for the game Sunday. Don't worry about that. Are there any takers for Aaron Wan-Bissaka, says Compost Smurf? Doesn't seem like it right now, although it does look like maybe Crystal Palace are interested. 2 bottles, says Shane Oliver. Man United Hodgie, thank you so much for getting your highlighted member comment in here, bro. He's been a member of this channel all the way from day and under, bro, for 10 months. It has been a while. How you doing, Hodgie? Don't worry about that, my friend. How you been? He says, brother, been a bit sorry, bro. Been on holidays. No worries, Hodgie. Where did you go, mate? I hope you had a great time. Thank you so much for getting in with your highlighted member comment and for supporting this show for 10 months. Let's get a hashtag 10 months in there for the legend that is Man United Hodgie. Thank you very much, Man United Hodgie, you absolute hero. Really appreciate you, man. Oh, nice. Okay, Old Trafford pitch is looking very nice. Just looking at Twitter, see if they've updated it. They haven't announced the team yet. I'm thinking they're going to announce it around about 3 now. Don't you guys? I thought they were going to do it at 2, but they might do it around about 3. Yeah, nice one. Thank you, Hodgie. I hope you're well, though, bud. Sounds like you would need a holiday just after the journey, says Haroni. Yeah, it's a bit gash, to be fair. Simon says if you go to Barca, take something with you to get that padlock off their wallet and give them off some air. 10 months, says Chris Koo. Barca news, says Rushmano. Interesting. Barcelona, let's have a look at this. Just in, FC Barcelona have reached full agreement with Bernardo Silva. What? So they've reached personal terms agreement with Bernardo Silva, have they? They're just making so many strides and signings. Mate, De Jong is coming, guys. De Jong is coming. He's surely going. They're signing players left, right, and centre. They don't want him. They want to restructure things, and they don't want him. I think it's obvious. Thank you, Man United Hodge, you bloody legend. I really appreciate you for supporting the show. Will Ronaldo be captain? No, we don't think he will. Well, actually, I don't know, Compost Mo. It's a good question. Imagine if he does come in with that captain's armband. Maybe so, actually. I think Could well be. He could well be. Yeah, is CR7 is playing if he's staying or it's just a cock tease. It doesn't necessarily mean he's staying, actually, Shane Oliver. I guess it just means he's being professional, getting his head down at the moment, being as professional as he can be after it coming out that he wants to leave. And then also getting some conditioning as well for maybe his potential new club. So I don't know about that. Durso says, hi, sorry I'm in your subscriber, but I don't know your name. My name is the Flying Pig. No, actually, it's Joe. Joe is my name. If you want to know my actual name, it's Joe. Joe. Seb, where are you getting this money? Says Seb, where are they getting that money? I don't know where Sparta are getting it, but it's crazy, isn't it? Make Ronaldo the captain even if he just plays either first or second half, says Simon. Chief Shrewman, thank you so much for the super chat, you legend. He says, we are one injury away from having a better captain. And he's got an East Island head emoji and a crutch in there. Nice one, Chief Shrewman. Thank you so much for the Sui per chat. Appreciate that, bro. Yeah, maybe so. It's a fair point as well. If Harry Maguire got injured, I think we probably would be better off. Darcy got more levers to pull, says Compost Smurf. Absolute nonsense. Yeah, there you go. Shiko says, I don't see why Ten Hag would give him the armband after being missing in action for over a month and just started training this week. Good shout, Shiko Goblin. Very good shout indeed, mate. Very good shout indeed. Okay, also more Ten Hag first program notes have come out. Whoever is selected, I want to see them playing proactive attacking football and going out with one clear objective, to win. If they do so, then I think Old Trafford will enjoy the spectacle. Beautiful stuff. Okay, so some great pre-match notes coming out again from Ten Hag there. Wonderful, wonderful to hear. Looking forward to Iqbal. Absolutely, Sibbo. Definitely, lad. Definitely. Guys, we've got 300 likes on the stream. Thank you, everyone, for dropping that thumbs up button. You're awesome. Make sure you guys are subscribing to this channel because we're going to do the watch-along shortly. In literally an hour's time, we'll be starting the stream. So I'm pretty much going to wrap this stream up here. I don't think there's any team news coming out until probably 3 p.m. now. So probably an hour before kickoff, they'll get that team news out. I thought they would get it out before for the friendly, but doesn't look like they are. So we'll just wait until it comes out when we start the watch along at 3:30, guys. Thank you, all of you, for tuning in. I just want to read a couple more out, actually. Maguire must be throwing his toys out the pram because he's not playing. He'll get a tantrum if he doesn't get his caps on. He played yesterday, though, Simon. He can't play 2 days in a row, so I don't think he will. But ordinarily, maybe so. Yeah, all Euro finals on today as well. I know. What's that all about? Being on at the same time. That's right. Playmaker. Thank you, Playmaker. Lucky saying, right, we're going to wrap this video up then, folks. You're a bunch of absolute legends for tuning in. Thank you so much for stopping by and getting involved with the show or in the chat and having your say. Really appreciate you all getting in and talking with us. Make sure you drop a like on it before you go and all that jazz. Hit the old subscribe button on it if you haven't done so. Follow us up on Twitter. If you haven't, give it a retweet. It's at the top of the live chat there. I'm actually just going to get into... I'm just going to put the watch-along link at the top of the live chat, guys, for anybody that wants to come and watch the game with us. We are literally on at 3:30. Ronaldo should be playing in it, so come and join the watch-along. Here it is. I'll put it in the top, so please do click that. Thank you for subscribing there, J. Al Awar and Call Me Venom and Nigel K. Nice one, guys, for hitting that subscribe button. Here's the link for the watch-along, folks. So also I put a redirect on there, so go and check out the link to the watch along, guys. Make sure you smash a like on the watch along before it starts. Give us a pre-game boost. I'll be on there in about an hour's time as well, so please do come and join us for the friendly. And then obviously the Euro finals on. I've got too much stuff to sort out today, in all fairness, folks, so I probably won't be able to stay on and watch the end of that. I will be watching it, but I've got to get on and sort some holiday stuff out pretty much as soon as the game finishes today. So we'll be on the watch along though. So make sure you come and join us for that. It's at the top of live chat. That's the end of this show. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Have a great afternoon, though. Back in a bit. Yeah, have us come and join us for the game, and hopefully it'll be fun. And we'll see how we do. Cristiano Ronaldo could be playing. Lots of youth players. Should be very, very exciting. Thank you, Haroli, Chris Koo, Billiard, Superstar, Lucky Singh, Steve-O, Rushmano, Simon Warner, Chris Barker, Joe, Lucky Singh, United Forever, Simon, Chris, SDP Mitchell, and everybody else as well, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Bunch of legends. Catch you for the watch along shortly. Have a good one. You can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and Twitch at Flying Pig United. Also, the website is unitedflyinghigh.com for your latest news. Catch you in a bit, folks. Have a good one. That's the end of the show. No real proper movement from United in the transfer window, but that's the latest news. We'll bring you the latest as it happens. Maybe De Jong just edging slightly closer. We shall see. Catch you on the next one, folks. Stay classy. And come on, United. Let's smash up these Rayo Vallecano mugs. See you soon, folks. And when the seagulls follow the trawler, this is because they think sardines will be thrown into the sea.